This will be a model review of the Caterpillar D9L push dozer made by CCM in 1/48 scale. This is another one of CCM's classic cat models. It was released just this past year in 2013, and this version was limited to 500 pieces made. This is a very typical machine that you'd see running around in Southern California or many other places out west. It is a very common machine for pushing scrapers. This machine has very little, function to it. The main function would be the push blade, which is capable of raising up here to about there, and then it's also capable of digging down to a pretty nice depth there, which is good enough for the model. Since majority of the time the blade will be right there for pushing on the back of a scraper. Also, it is nice of CCM that they included the capability of the tracks to oscillate here. You can see they can capable of oscillating up and down, which is nice. Tracks are individually linked, and they roll quite nicely, and they're not linked together in any manner. And all your rollers on the bottom here are working, which is really nice, and the tracks are spring-loaded. Inside, the 3412 engine is really nicely done. It even includes the fan guard at the front up against the radiator there, along with the radiator hoses. See if we can get a shot inside the cab here, or in the operator station, since this machine is open canopy. There's a nice decal with some of the gauges and displays for the operator. The seat's nice, and you can see your blade controls on this side, and then on this side it doesn't seem like they modeled them very well, which would be your clutch controls. Those are somewhat missing there, unfortunately. On this side there's a nice fire extinguisher up here, and you have your fuel tank, and I believe hydraulic fuel tank. And there's a nice warning label here on the airbox, and there's some nice working lights put on the model. On the back is another push block, if this was being pushed by a second push dozer. The only unfortunate thing about it is that it is a fixed push block. There's really no movement or spring, movement in it. And the same goes for the push blade up front. It would have been nice if CCM would have put some cushion springs in there to make it a little more realistic anyway for function. All the decals on the model, actually it's pad printed, but they're very nice and crisp and look very nice on the model. The model has a very heavy construction and good feel to it. Feels very solidly put together. Now this is one of CCM, another good CCM model that mine didn't have any defects or anything on it. I highly recommend getting one. If you're a scraper diehard, you need at least one of these in your fleet. And it looks very good with many of the other CCM machines. Like if you were to get some of the 631s or maybe one of the 666s, you might need to get a couple of these to make any dent in loading one of them. Thanks, guys.